Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today we are learning Order of Allah from Surah Nisa, ayat number 111. Allah said, Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَمَن يَكْسِبْ إِثْمًا فَإِنَّمَا يَكْسِبُهُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. So Allah said, وَمَن يَكْسِبْ إِثْمًا, and the person who earns sinful act, a person who has done sinful act, فَإِنَّمَا يَكْسِبُهُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ. So the outcome of that sinful act comes on the person himself. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا, and Allah is all-knowing and all-wisdom. Allah has. So in this ayat, Allah told us that when a person is doing any type of sinful act, the influence of that sinful act occupies the person, like you can understand, like a snake encircle the person, so the person is unable to do anything then that time. So then the snake stings the person. It is like this. A sinful act is like a snake. It makes the life of a person under terrible situation, uncertainty, problem. So this is possible. So what can we do? We must understand that a person who is doing any sinful act, that will create troubles, problems, and undesirable situation in his life or in her life. So therefore, sinful act is not good to do, because otherwise you will face the consequences of it in terms of punishment in this world and the world hereafter. So in this ayat, Allah has used the word isman. وَمَن يَكْسِبْ isman. Ism mean that type of sinful act which is done intentionally. The person is doing sinful act with intention. So that is called isman. So when a person is doing sinful act with intention, so that sinful act is called the biggest sinful act. I can give you example of that. For example, if a person blame other person, but his blaming is wrong, because the person is not that man who is suffering in blame. So the other person is all right. So what will happen to this person then, who is blaming other person? So keep in mind, blaming other person is not good, but what can you do then? So you have to think now, what will you do? So you have to leave the habit of sinful act. Very important. Because intentionally sinful act done will bring before the person the terrible situation in his or her life. This way, try to do astaghfar tawbah, because Holy Prophet ﷺ, he was doing astaghfar 100 times every day. But we try to do it because Holy Prophet ﷺ was innocent. But we people are sinful. We must try ourselves to save ourselves from the hellfire. Very important in this world and the world hereafter also. So ism is the biggest sinful act. This way, in one hadith that is in, I'm giving you one example. This way you can understand. This hadith is in Sahib Muslim, revealed by Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do you know the backbiting? The companion of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they said, we don't know. Allah and Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam knows it better. Then Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you mention anything which is disliked by the person, if you mention that thing for that person which is disliked by him, so this is called backbiting. But if that thing for which you are blaming the person, if that thing is absent in him, is not in him, then you are doing buhtan. Buhtan is the big blame. So you are doing that one. So Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. So this way, be careful. A person who is doing sinful act, that person, the body gets the impact of that sinful act in the form of disrespect, or in the form of, you can say, degrading from the service, or level of service is not improved, and the person will feel trouble and problems. So this is very important to understand, that we should not break the rules of Allah, because rules of Allah completely explained in Holy Quran, and Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he explained Holy Quran beautifully. We understand each everything, mashallah. When a person break the rules of Allah, or break the rule regarding the regarding the people, like human rights, so the person can't do anything with Allah, because every person, they can't do anything before Allah except to find the way or habit that pleases Allah and be obedient to Allah. If you break up the rules of Allah or human rights, you violate human rights, you will have to face the consequences of it in the form of troubles, problems which are coming in your life here. And if you die without tawbah astaghfar, you will find the other life more trouble and problem and hellfire. So everyone knows what the person do or does. This way, it is hikmah of Allah, it is wisdom of Allah. that Allah is not to punish the people quickly, but Allah gave them time. Then Allah will punish the people and situation will become more better then. So this way must understand that Allah has opened a special door of astaghfar and tawbah. We must do it at all cost so that we should be successful in this world and the world hereafter. Allah give us tawfiq. Ameen.